Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today, September 22nd, 2022. The man to call Meathead, the lovely Linda K. Linda, do you remember the 21st night of September, which was last night? Do you remember it?
Oh, do I? Yes. My eyes were glued to my television set, watching a huge midweek television special in the world of pro
Right.
wrestling.
So while you were watching it, I know that you had your collar and elbow on. Which one did you have on?
The mirror. I have several different mirror variations, but I
Yeah.
had the heather gray mirror,
Okay.
color noble right on the front. But we got the classic uh, dark gray mirror tee. I've got is black, just a lot of variations. So if you want different variations of fashionable, comfortable wrestling street attire, wrestling street fashions, make sure to go visit our friends at Collar and Elbow. Go to collarandelbowbrand.com and to save some money, to save 10% off your order, and use promo code Linda K. That's LINDAKAY.
I'm kind of excited now that we are into fall, summer officially being over, because, my favorite sweatshirt, my favorite hoodie is my mirror, collar, and elbow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if it's going to get the updated, treatment. You know what I mean? Where they're putting it on the sleeves or maybe on the back or on the front or, what's going to happen this year. I don't know, but I'm ready for the next collar and elbow hoodie. So,
Absolutely. Get us prepared for what's ahead.
yep. A little bit of news before we get into Dynamite from last night, the Grand Slam edition. Triple H mentioning that Dwight Howard and Tyson Fury possibly being looked at by WWE. Dwight Howard was at the SummerSlam tryouts in August in Nashville. Linda?
Yeah, I did hear about that. I really didn't hear the reports of how well Dwight Howard did. So this is news to me. Apparently, he left a great impression, or perhaps, that crossover star power is, more welcomed into the current regime, and it's a matter of getting some work done there with Dwight Howard. I don't know if he had any type of grappling background before that tryout, but
Yeah.
again, as we know, star power can do a lot as far as
It can hide a lot of physical limitations, which I don't think Dwight Howard has a ton. But I mean, again, he's not a professional wrestler. He's a professional basketball player, but he's an athlete. So, I mean, that stuff can carry over. The Tyson Fury stuff, I mean, the guy's chomping at the bit. I think there's a chance for him to get in sooner rather than later. And with Dwight Howard, Triple H said in his little interview that, you know what? The ball's in his court. He's got my phone number. Call me and we'll set something up. So, we could be seeing Tyson Fury and Dwight Howard in WWE. Now, I'm going to preface this before we get into Dynamite and say that, did you know AEW News was out there with the possible talking of Saraya / Paige, formerly of WWE? This story was going around the internet all day today. Linda, did you hear about that?
I actually was not informed about that. I was not really circulating in the Twitterverse or the IWC verse much yesterday. So I will say I was pleasantly surprised at what I saw as far as Soraya on AEW last night.
Yep.
But I wasn't sure if it was more like rumors that were going out or like solidified reports. What did you see before Grand
Well, that
Slam?
they were just in talks. Saraya, formerly known as Paige in the WWE, is not. Honestly, I would call her the face of the new generation of female wrestler. And I'm going to say female wrestler, not diva, not superstar. Saraya / Paige has had the Divas title, but she was really the beginning of the coming up. She was before the class of Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bayley, the four horsewomen.
Yeah.
So, and again, she's wrestling with her family, pun intended there. The WWE making the movie with Rock producing it about her coming up in a wrestling family and her story of getting to the WWE. So, spoiler, obviously, what went on, and we'll get to it again in just a bit. Excuse me. Saraya debuting in AEW at the end of the interim women's four-way match. So glad to see that she's there. Is she cleared to compete? Because there's talks that WWE wasn't ready to clear her for competition. They wanted her to come in and do this, that, or the other thing, but was not clear for competition. Will AEW clear her?
Perhaps we don't know to what extent. We didn't obviously see her in any match or physical altercation on her debut on AEW last night. I will say I'm gonna double check her Twitter handle now because I believe it was still WWE Page not too long ago, and I was wondering, would we see Paige on our
Change your name over to Soraya. Yeah.
yeah, or just would we see her within this new regime? Just because I know over the years WB has used her for various ways,
That
hosting
short-lived
or
talk show that was on
Mhm.
Fox, or it was on FX right after SmackDown went off the air
Yeah,
with CM Punk and Booker T.
right.
So, and here's the other thing too. She was also kind of at the forefront too of wrestling talents going out and making their own cash on the side. She had that Twitch channel for a long time where you could interact with her, you could talk to her, you could play
Hmm.
video games with her, whatever. So, and that's kind of what got her released, was she was doing this channel and she was told not to, even though she was out there making a name, making some money for herself.
All right.
All right, well, let's get into Dynamite from last night. It's a big show. It's a really, really, really big show.
Wait, Paul White was there? I didn't see him.
Well, there's also talk of Captain Insano making his way to AEW as well. Thank you for the lead-in. I don't know how real it's going to be, but Captain Insano may be coming to AEW.
Hey, it's not just WWE with these surprises that are coming across the shows here and on the pay-per-views. So never know.
All right. Well, let's talk about Dynamite from last night, and it opened up big and hot and on fire. The Jericho Appreciation Society starts it off with Chris Jericho taking on Claudio Castignoli for the Ring of Honor World Championship, given the Ring of Honor treatment as well, with a Ring of Honor ring announcer and Ring of Honor commentator, along with the AEW commentators. Linda, I know Matthew had said that he wouldn't mind it. I said I probably wouldn't mind it, but I never saw it coming. Your winner and new Ring of Honor World Champion, number 8. He won the Ocho, Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm. Well, last week he made it clear there is one major title that he has not gotten, and that being the Ring of Honor Championship. And I wasn't really sure which way this would go either, but then again, I thought there would be some more interference or more shenanigans. Jericho Appreciation Society, that's just what's been happening. But there was some shenanigans where we got that low blow behind the ref, but there wasn't outside interference. Jericho still won this. I don't want to say 100% clean, but on his own.
He won it on his own.
Yeah, he is the new Ring of Honor champion. Excuse me. Well, hey, it was a great match. I didn't count how many of the Cesaro, or excuse me,
it was about 15.
swings,
Yeah, about
or
15 roughly.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed this. Jericho, and what can't he do? He did, anything he mentions, he goes for it. He did get that Ocho. He was going for, as he mentioned last week.
Linda, I don't know if you heard this as well. I know you're a rock girl, and Jericho apparently had some vocal issues where he had to cancel the rest of the Fozzy tour for 2022.
Yeah, one of the canceled dates was one here in Milwaukee, and I believe they've been rescheduled
for the spring.
Yeah. So I'll have to check my calendars there, and if it's something in between where we are, got to meet me at the Fozzy show.
Gonna have to meet you at the Fozzy show. I'm not quite sure why there's not an AEW show going to be there. We only get one a year apparently, when Chicago gets 17 of them. But I digress. Let's move into the next match. It's Swerve in Our Glory, Limitless, Keith Lee, and Shane Swerve Strickland taking on the Acclaimed, which is Bowens, Caster, and Daddy Ass Billy Gunn for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Linda, the beginning of this match, the entrances and such, and the just the way the match went, I thought AEW missed it a little bit. You know what? You need to lean in to what the crowd is doing. They should have had Swerve in Their Glory act as heels. They didn't act as heels. They acted as their own self, because that crowd, there was no way they were going to be rooting for anybody but the Acclaimed.
I did notice more boos Swerve. However, I see where it could have definitely added to the fanfare, the theatrics of the night if they did come up full heel. But later we saw something that could finally get over that hump there, that tease of possibly some dissension between Swerve and Keith Lee. But yeah, but AW doing that route again, bringing in the celebs, a lot of musicians within.
Can I embarrass myself here? I have no idea who the hell they were.
Oh no, Fabulous, but I wasn't really
What's
sure
a
about
Fabulous?
DJ. Woo!
What's a Fabulous?
That's his name.
What does he do? Name a song.
Oh gosh, I knew it. I would have a brain fart. Give me a minute here.
All right, well, let's talk about the match. And the match starting off with "Oh, Scissor Me Daddy." I mean, they literally, the fans of AEW hijacked the chant that was supposed to be for Swerve in Their Glory and gave it to the Acclaimed, "Scissor Me Daddy." It was absolutely amazing. I thought the Hurricane Rana by Keith Lee, by the way, too, was pretty amazing as well. Did you see that?
Yes, I mean, it is amazing, as they say, the size of that man and what he can do is really amazing.
It is amazing. All right, so I'm still giving you a chance. We need to figure out what a Fabulous is. All right,
Fabulous.
Well, Fabulous, whatever. I have no idea who they are. Are they on 1029 The Hog in Milwaukee? Do they play that the group on there?
No.
Then I'm not going to have any clue what the hell it is. All right. The winners of the match and new AEW World Tag Team Champions. What a mic drop. It's Max Caster. It's Anthony Bowens. And even the manager now getting a little rub, getting a little love. Daddy Ass. The Acclaimed are the champions.
Right. So the crowd did get what they wanted at the end of this match, but
gotta give the people what they want.
Yes. Well, this is another tag team giving the people what they want. They wanted that scissoring daddy ass. However, Max Caster, his knee, I do hope that he is okay. We'll find out if there is any injury that would keep him on the sideline, so to speak. But it looks like he worked, got his way through the finish of the match there. But Max Caster is going to be in the Kenosha
down at Bratstop, right?
area, October 8th.
Bratstop, famous on Sunday Night Football.
I know. I thought about that too. I saw that. I was like, no way.
Like, is there wrestling going on in the background there? Because that's what I was looking for.
Holla back, youngin. That's fabulous.
No clue. So let's talk about this interview with FTR in the backstage area. Let me ask you this question. How does it feel to be the Guns or the Ass Boys, whatever you want to call it? Ass Boys, yes. They were hanging around with Daddy Ass, and Daddy Ass was getting them over, and then out of nowhere, Daddy Ass is gone. He goes to the Tag Team Champions. Is there a feud next for the Guns and the Acclaimed?
I feel that was already something started. However, once the Acclaimed just got that meteoric rise and got into this the title, what's the word? Picture, excuse me, that kind of steered them away from that particular feud. However, especially with this win with their father, with another tag team that are now the tag team champs, I think this is something where we can go back to. However, seeing that interaction with the Gun Club and FTR,
even though FTR are the number one contenders.
Well, there we go. I see some interaction probably between a future Acclaimed and FTR match with the Gun Club interfering and somehow inserting their boy into that tag team title picture as well.
Okay. All right. Even though the Gun Club looked like they got over on FTR, top guys out. Let's go back from commercial. Yeah, you like the way I do that? And it's Tony Schiavone interviewing Wheeler Yuta. Yuta gets to say about half a word, and here comes MJF's music. Do 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 ding 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 ding. You know what? That music's not bad. I'd love some words to it. I'd love a song to it, but the music by itself is okay. So MJF eviscerates Yuta. The only thing I don't like, because it's not needed, I think it's over the top, is the attack on Schiavone at the end.
Yeah. That wasn't needed.
It's
Maybe
not
just a
needed. I
push out of the
understand what he's
way.
doing. Yeah, I understand what he's doing. It's cheap heat, but it's not needed. So, of course, Tony was aware of it. It's not like he pushed him and didn't know it was going to happen. Tony knows he's going to bump, right? Otherwise, it would have been something else. But the Blackpool Cuckold Club, that one popped me a little bit.
You know what popped me? And I believe it was just the graphics of the road, the street moving underneath that clear ramp, but it made it look like they were sliding on the ramp. I had to watch that back. I'm like, am I seeing things here? We later saw it, I think, in the match with Mox. But anyways, that kind of, I don't want to say made me pop, but definitely I was like, whoa, are they sliding? Because I thought that was what was happening, and I kind of chuckled a little.
Well, I'll tell you what, all that stuff was pretty cool looking, right? I mean, the road underneath it and all that, I like it, except, and Linda, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Why the hell does the damn ramp need to touch the ring? It's ridiculous.
That's another element to the matches. We saw a lot of slams and tosses on that ramp there.
I guess. All right. So big promo from MJF, letting everybody know that the match and the main event won't be for the title. It'll be for the honor to lose to MJF, which, you know what? He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Well, he's definitely wrong, though. MJF saying that everybody that roots for him would drink his spit. That was gross.
Yeah. Especially, I don't see Hangman drinking the beers out of people's hands like before, let alone drinking their spit.
Yeah. The Hangman's had one since COVID, but yeah, it's not something that's normal. Hey, I got a question for you. Again, am I just old? So when that bitch, Jade Cargill and her girls, the baddies, are talking, here comes Diamante rolling up with Trina. Who's Trina?
Another hip hop artist.
What does she do?
She raps.
Any songs that I know?
Well, my favorite Trina verse is in a song with Missy Elliott and 1 Minute Man.
Oh, I like Missy Elliott. Okay, yes. I like 1 Minute Man. That's a good song.
Yeah. Trina also some songs with Trick Daddy.
Okay, I know Trick Daddy. All right. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Is Hank Williams going to be around anytime soon?
It depends what city.
Well, it's not Hank Williams Sr. I think he passed. I think Hank Williams Jr. is like in his 70s.
Well, it depends what city. That's what they're doing. So next time AEW is at Dynamite in Milwaukee, we gotta have the Bodines. Bodines at ringside backstage. Okay. Yes.
All right. The Bodines would be fine, but nobody would know the Bodines outside of Milwaukee. What about what was his name? What about I can't think of his name now. Ray Nitty. Is that guy available?
Oh, Ray Nitty. I'm not sure.
Ray Nitty, text 78105, Linda.
In my projects.
Hey, text 78105. Ray Nitty, former Time Warner Cable install technician. Don't know if you knew that. Ray and I used to work together.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Bow. I got to go. Bow. That's all I know. All right. Let's talk about Orange Cassidy and Pac, the bastard. I absolutely enjoy the extra layers that Orange Cassidy is giving us when he's tormenting Pac.
Oh, yeah. The best, having his feet up in the
air. Come on, go. I'm ready. Like I said, it's extra layers. Because remember, Pac and Orange Cassidy wrestled before COVID when AEW started. I think it was it Revolution in February of 2020? They had a barn burner there. Even before Dynamite. I think it was 19, actually. I think it was Revolution 2019 they had a match.
Well, now we have the significance of the Mid-Atlantic title. And, we saw some shenanigans there from the timekeeper's table.
A bit of hammer action.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd like to zoom in on Pac at the end after the match is over and he gets a picture of the referee asking, what'd you do? I didn't do nothing. What are you talking about? No, that wasn't me. It was an elbow.
I elbowed.
That was absolutely fantastic. Great match. Orange Cassidy and Pac was for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship, the winner and still champion, the first title that stayed with the champ. Pac, the winner of the match. Athena, Britt Baker, DMD, and Serena Deeb, and Toni Storm. Athena, Britt Baker, DMD, Serena Deeb, Toni Storm for the interim AEW World Champion. This was the shortest of all the matches, but it didn't mean that it didn't have a lot of action. Really, if you go back and watch this, focus in on the move where Athena has, I believe it's Toni, and she's got, who else is up there with her? It was Toni and Britt Baker.
Serena and Britt, I believe.
Was Serena and Britt? Okay.
Or maybe it was Toni and Britt.
But she slams both of them, but in the process slams Britt's face straight into the mat with another body on top of her, busts her nose wide open. She is, I mean, she looks like that thing from, her video package where she's just bleeding from the face. After a move where Toni Storm reversed, Toni Storm wins, retains the belt. They start to beat down on Toni Storm again, and then the music hits. And Linda, did you fast forward? Did you rewind on the spot? What happened?
I had it paused for a moment. I had to attend to something, and then I came back and accidentally hit fast forward, and there was no surprise. But I did see on the big screens Saraya,
formerly known as Paige in WWE. We talked about it a little bit earlier here on the program. Saraya in AEW. Again, is she physically cleared to compete? Is she just going to be a mouthpiece, on the microphone? What is she going to do? What are you looking for, Linda?
I would love to see her back in some in-ring action, but we just don't know to the extent of what can't she do? I mean, if we have her in ring, I don't even know, again, to what extent is it even worth it?
Yeah, right. Exactly. So what can she
Meaning
do?
Worth it to re-injure herself. That's what I meant. Of course,
right,
it's worth it to
right.
see her in the ring. But, huge fan of hers, and she thought she looked great. Huge pop, obviously, by the crowd. I surprised me. So that was awesome to see. And just the looks on the faces of the ladies there. One thing I will say, though, is, I mean, I know you and Matthew usually talk Thursday mornings, but he had mentioned, or maybe it was you, that the next person that could get that love and embrace that Britt Baker once had as champion would have been Jamie Hayter, but it's like it's going the opposite route.
Yep.
Yeah, there was something there pulling her apart from there, but maybe that was just happening too much. Like, for example, Daniel Garcia with Jericho, and
well, the Daniel Garcia and Jericho thing, I don't know if that's settled yet, because he looked like, and the commentators leaned in on it, says he looks like he wants to be anywhere but there, but he congratulates Chris Jericho as part of the Jericho Appreciation Society. So
right, so maybe
the JAS have 2 belts now. They have 2 Ring of Honor championships in their midst.
That's right.
All right, well, we get a video package of Darby dragging a body bag with probably a body in it. Who knows whose body was in there? Maybe it's a tackling dummy. I don't know. Tootie gets on the train. He jumps in a cab. He's dragging a body wrong. He goes, going to a funeral. Arthur Ashe, please. Not bad. It's weird, but it's Darby Allin, so I mean, it's not bad.
Yes, I loved it, being a horror movie junkie, and it just made me think like, oh, okay, is this a scene from something? But no, I guess my favorite part of that was when he was on the subway and the body bag tipped over.
Leaned on him, and then he pushed it back. Because anybody that's been on the subway has probably dealt with that before, where somebody fell asleep on him. I mean, it was just in a Seinfeld episode just a couple days ago where Jerry was falling asleep on somebody. So
yeah, I did see some parts. Most of the times it looked like it was filmed, I don't want to say closed set because they're outside, but at times, I don't know if there were added honks in there, but there were some vehicles around. I just think, like, if you saw that going on without seeing a cameraman.
Remember what happened in, was it Minneapolis when they were filming? It might have been, no, it was Jacksonville, I think, where they were filming with Sting, and they were doing the Sting driving the pickup truck and Darby behind him on the skateboard, and they got pulled over because they didn't tell the local law enforcement that they're going to be filming. Because again, they're filming this at 2 a.m. when the streets are empty.
Yeah, but it looked really, really cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to that match, and will we find out who's in that body bag?
Never know. All right, main event time. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, against Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship, the GrandSlam Tournament Finals. Now, remember, when these two guys first started kind of butting heads against each other, and then Regal came in, the running joke was, it looks like Regal's trying to corral his 2 idiot sons, and we thought that they would make just a massive tag team, but they went their separate ways singles-wise, but then came together with the Blackpool Combat Club, and now they are in the finals for the AEW World Championship. I didn't think this was going Moxley's way. I thought that Moxley was going to get his vacation again, and Bryan Danielson was gonna get his title run and avenge his loss. Because remember, he's only lost 4 times, and he avenged each one of those losses. I thought that this one's going Bryan Danielson's way. It did not. Now, my pet peeve of the night again with this match, Linda, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur. All right, we got a 60-minute time limit, even though it's 20 minutes to the hour. We can go as long as we want. We talked to Tony Khan. Folks, that means it's going to end at the top of the damn hour. I'm just so tired of that because it's taking me out of the match. Don't say it. Just do it. The winner and new AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley. Does that make him a 4-time champion already in AEW?
I believe so. But I, too, was thinking this was going to go Bryan Danielson's way, just due to him talking about the 4 losses, avenging them, and also just because he has not been the AEW World Champion yet. I thought this was his time. I thought it would have been well embraced by the audience there and just wrestling fans worldwide. But hey, Mox is the face of the company. He really is. He's the man. He's a businessman. You know what I meant by that, right? He's just a true talent to the company from the start. And regardless of who won, I think either man would have been or would be a great champion and represent the company well and very well received by the fans. But as we were getting off the air, you did see Bryan Danielson pulling the title from Sir Regal. Wonder if that would lead to anything or if that's just a moment of, hey, this could be on me, but I respect that you, Moxley, won. I'm going to shake your hand kind of thing. Maybe we'll find out. Do they do a post show media scrum after the
remember
TV specials?
Remember that, and they might, but remember that they were also taping 2 hours of Rampage right after Dynamite last night. So, I mean, once they got done with Regal keeping the 2 separate, probably raising hands, they probably reset for about 15 minutes. Tony probably came out and played Happy Days. Oh, wait, that's what he does in Milwaukee. But Tony probably came out and said hi to everybody, and then they got the show going the rest of the way. Linda, we don't know what surprises are going to happen. Obviously, we're talking on Thursday morning, so the show aired last night, so we don't know exactly what happened, but they say there's surprises set up for tomorrow night's Rampage, which is 2 hours long. I'm looking most forward to Action Bronson. Linda, I've said this to Matthew a few times, but every time I see that guy, and you know the kind of guy we're talking about on the south side of Milwaukee, he looks like he's about 7 Coronas deep at the family picnic, and he's ready to go.
Do you know that he is a well-accomplished cook? I've seen him on cooking segments. I got to get that cookbook. No, I'm excited to see what he can do there too. Looks like obviously he's been training with Hook. I want to see.
And he's an athlete. I mean, even though he's big, and he talked about it a little bit. He was on Busted Open Monday or Tuesday. He said he had gotten up to almost like 400 pounds, and he's really been losing weight. He's lost about 100 pounds already. And, he got to a point, and I understand exactly what he said when he says, what kind of struck it for me was, this is his words. He said he couldn't wipe his ass. That's how fat he got. And he said it was time to make a change. And I really love and respect somebody for trying to make that change for him, for his family, the whole works.
Absolutely. That's going to be one to watch for tomorrow night as well.
Excited to see what he does. I know there was an interview that Matthew and I talked about out there that said he wasn't bumping. I want to see him bump too. I mean, maybe he can top Keith Lee. Keith Lee did a Hurricanrana, so let's see if Action Bronson's got a Hurricanrana. I think it's going to be honest, probably a fast 3-4 minute match, but
some type of submission toss, submission or a hip toss if you want to throw in some judo in there as well.
Yep, there you go. Let me throw this at you too real quick. Think about this. So Rampages, when we talk about them on Monday mornings, we're usually talking about 4 matches and some interview segments, right? For a Rampage for 1 hour. Do you know that this previous Raw, 3 hours, 5 matches? What are we getting from Rampage tomorrow night? I mean, honestly, we could have 10 matches. I mean, this is really the closest they're going to get to pay-per-view, on free TV.
Right. I guess we got to make a tally. See if we get the 5 matches stuffed in each hour.
Wow. All right. Well, Linda, It's been great talking to you. I know you got some big stuff heading down into Ville, right? You want to tell us about it?
Yes, tonight it is our TV special for September. It is OVW Redemption. Lots of huge matches there. We're going to have our current, speaking of double title holder, James Storm, Cowboy. James Storm is currently OVW's national heavyweight champion and the OVW heavyweight champion.
Bonenecks and rednecks. All right.
Yes, there's been a lot of smack talk going on. So it should be interesting having him back in the arena, and everybody can watch it live and for free on Fight TV, just like every Thursday night, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you missed it live, you can always go back and stream it on the free Fight TV app.
Fantastic. Well, Linda, enjoy your time down in Louisville, as the kids say, down in DeVille. Matthew and I got tomorrow morning, and we're going to be getting ready for possibly the White Rabbit. The White Rabbit may be coming.
It's Bad Bunny, I'm telling you.
You heard what I said, right? I think it's the rabbit that was hanging around Adam Rose from 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the rabbit I want.
All different theories out there. No pun intended.
Wabbit season. Duck season. Wabbit season. For Linda Kay, from Matthew Thomas on the Man They Call Meathead, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.